Hey guys, this is S.H.Figuarts here, back at it again with yet another figure review, and this time we're going to be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Son Goku Kaioken version. This is the 2.0 release of Goku in the Kaioken state, I guess. It's not really a transformation, it's more so just a brief power up. The figure itself looks very, very nice. And of course, as we all know, the figure came out at a $30 retail price. But I was a big dumb poo-poo brain and bought the figure off of eBay for nearly twice the retail price. That was a smart idea. I spent $60 on this fucking figure, which otherwise would cost me $30, but I wanted to get him early. So here we are. I'm reviewing this thing early.
Added as a cash grab transformation, mind you, to sell the.
Let's jump right into it, starting off with the box. Starting off with the box, the nicest things I can say about the box are A, the figure that's on the box looks cool, but that's not saying much, and B, I like the color red they chose. It's very deep, sharp red color. It's very bright red. It'll catch your eye when you look at it. To be honest, I like that. But we're not here to talk about color theory or any of that boring stuff. We're here to talk about the box, and the box is slightly more boring than that because it's basic figure arts affair for boxes. You have a picture of Goku on the front there powering up, either that or he's taking a giant shit. S.H.Figuarts Son Goku Kaioken on the clear window there. Goku there in the window. For whatever reason, by default, he does not have the stern face on, but I suppose that's for accuracy's sake. We have the force that we call the Tamashii Nations quality sticker, designed by Tamashii Nations in Japan, Bandai Spirits made in China, which is weird considering a lot of the past releases have been made in Vietnam.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got.
We have the Dragon Ball Z logo printed onto the box. That is the classic Dragon Ball Z logo right there. It's not the one with the gradient that we've seen on a lot of more recent figures in the line. Bandai Tamashii Nations logos. No toy sticker. A picture of Goku's fist, a picture of him firing a Kamehameha, and a picture of Goku's kanji, as well as S.H.Figuarts Son Goku Kaioken, and some Japanese text, which I assume means product may differ from photo. On the back here we have some pretty cool pictures of Goku. I'm surprised they didn't use that teaser picture that they had for the figure originally, where he was just sort of floating in midair, powering up. But we do have this. I'd say the pictures that they did take of the figure are pretty nice. There aren't any real posing problems. The poses that they put the figure in the promotional pictures are very nice. And then down here we have no bluefin sticker whatsoever, because again, this is the Japanese release. We have a whole bunch of stuff that I can absolutely read. Something about 15, hinting at Android 15. I see we're going to be getting him very soon. You can trust me, I have inside contacts at Tamashii Nations. And then on the bottom of the box we have S.H.Figuarts Son Goku Kaioken, and a picture of Goku's face. Top we have a picture of Goku's hair and absolutely nothing else. But anyways, let's Goku out of the box.
Whoa there! We still have a few more topics to cover first.
Before we actually do get into the figure itself, he actually did come with this little leaflet here. Some pictures of Vegito on the front. On this side here, I don't know if this is the front, back. There isn't really any indication as to which is which. Basically just got them promoting Vegito. I already scanned both these QR codes. And if I remember correctly, they both lead to Tamashii Nations website or Premium Bandai's website. We have some pictures of Vegito. Very nice. I think the figure looks good. Ginyu on the back here. I'm pretty excited for Ginyu, if I'm being totally honest. I'm excited for the whole force because it releases that I never thought we'd actually get in the line. And they definitely look a lot better than Demonical Shit's renditions of the figures. We have some pictures of Ginyu there. We have a picture of definitely not Goku. And then we have a picture of Ginyu shaking his ass. Anyways, though, that does it for all the shit you get in the box. Let's just get right into Goku. So now we have Goku out of the box here, and to say the figure looks very good. Before we start talking about Goku himself, however, we're about to just move into some quick comparisons, starting off with. So here Goku is next to what either should be the next or previous video that I have posted onto this channel, the SDCC 2012 exclusive Gohan Piccolo Daimao, and here Goku is next to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku from Dragon Ball Super Broly and Super Saiyan God Goku from Battle of Gods. Here Goku is next to the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. As you can see, Kaioken Goku is pretty much just 90% Saiyan Raised on Earth, just a new hair sculpt and a new paint job. Lastly, for the comparisons, here we have Kaioken Goku 2.0 next to his 1.0 counterpart. And I have to say, even though I like the 1.0 a lot, the more saturated colors on the new Kaioken Goku and the pearlescent sheen really make it pop. Anyways, that about does it for comparisons. Let's move right into the paint and sculpt of new Kaioken Goku. Let's move right into paint and sculpt of the brand new Kaioken Goku. I have to say, even though the sculpt is pretty much just 90% Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, or 95% Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, the paint job is without a doubt what makes up for it. Pearlescent sheen really brings out the sculpt work a lot better. Really looks like Kaioken Goku. The hair is sculpted very nicely. There's a lot of line work in the hair. Hair is also afflicted by the sheen. The hair seems to be done with metal flakes. By the looks of things, you can kind of see the metal flaking in the hair. The face is also very nice. It actually captures the more angular look of Goku's face in Dragon Ball Z. There's a clear curvature to the lower eyelid. Looks very good. Brown paint around his mouth could have been done a little bit cleaner, but that is very minor. I've heard that the body is actually molded in this pearlescent red plastic. I have successfully managed to pull the waist in half, and that doesn't seem to be the case. As you can see on mine, there's already a few scratches on the waist. Be careful when moving, as you can easily fuck up the paint. The gi itself is much more saturated this time around. The shirt is more of a purple color than the original. The original had just a pitch black. This one seems to have more of a purpley tinge to his shirt, and that looks pretty good. Paint seems to be a bit sloppy where the red meets the purple, but that isn't a big deal. I wish there was a bit of shading on the arms, but beggars really can't be choosers when it comes to machinations. And to save myself from repeating myself in the accessories, the hands are sculpted nicely, just don't have any shading on them. That about does it for Goku's paint and sculpt. Let's move on to the accessories. When it comes to accessories, I think this Goku might just be the lightest in the entire line when it comes down to it. And that kind of sucks. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go through the hands this time around. Just note that they're sculpted well for what they are. But you do get a pair of martial arts stance hands and some Kamehameha hands. And that is about it for the hands, not including the closed fists. In terms of other accessories, Goku does come with a powered down sort of head. This is literally just Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku's hair with a reddish, purple, brownish kind of a shine to it. The paint itself and the hair looks very nice. Can't really complain about that. The face on this looks exponentially better than what was included on Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Lastly, for accessories here we have the screaming face, which looks pretty good. It's definitely a lot better than Saiyan Raised on Earth. The pupils have both been scaled down, and one pupil isn't bigger than the other, which is big improvement over Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, where you had one pupil that was either the wrong shape or was outright bigger than the other. This completely fixes that problem, and it actually looks halfway decent. That about does it for Goku's accessories. Let's move on to the articulation. terms of Goku's articulation, the head looks up about that high, down not too far. The neck does help it a little bit, and there is a slight amount of pivot at the head. The waist can crunch about that far forward, that far backwards. Is a swivel to it, but mine splits in half if you rotate it too far. The arm raises up about that much at the shoulder. If you don't want to break the sculpt, then it goes up about that high. It does spin full 360, but it is very tight. The same thing can be said for the bicep swivel, but it's a lot less tight. You have a double joint at the elbow. The top of the joint moves up about that much. And the bottom of it allows it to curl in about that much. Wrist is on a ball hinge, which is pretty much par for the course for S.H.Figuarts. And that pivots and swivels. I'm going to warn you, the hands are relatively tight when it comes to switching them around, at least on mine. So if yours is tight to switch them out, careful because you don't want to end up ripping the joint. The belt can swivel at the knot here. As you can hear, that is also relatively tight. It does go full 360. The leg kick up about that high, also kicks out to the side like that. Get a decent amount of thigh swivel for whatever reason. The knee bends in about that much. The ankle lowers about that much. And you can go up about that far. Get a little bit of pivot from the ankle. Toe breaks the sculpt a little bit, but you do get a toe hinge, and it isn't completely worthless. Let's move on to my final thoughts on the 2.0 Kaioken Goku. As for my final thoughts on the Figuarts Kaioken Goku 2.0 or Namek Saga version, would I recommend you pick this figure up? If you want accessories, this is definitely not the Goku for you. But if you want a figure that looks very, very nice, without the foggiest shadow of a doubt, this is the figure for you. For $35, the paint job is absolutely spectacular. It will reel your eye when you have them on display. If you have the original, you like that as is. And this guy's not a necessity, but he's a very solid release overall. But anyways, this has been Dipper Games 420, and I will see you guys next time.